Skateboards, and you're watching Days with Casper. Real quickly here, I'm going to share this to a couple platforms. One more and I'll be right back. Alright, and we are back. So if you're unfamiliar with what you're watching here, or if you're watching this after the lives, here at Life Skateboards, we make these boards entirely in-house. Last night I came through here, I took 2 boards all the way up to this point. So I'm going to start off the live just finishing this board out on the orbital, and then we'll get back to another stack of boards. This one is called the Big Twin from Life Skateboards. It's a symmetrical nose tail. It's got a square nose, tapers towards the center in the middle. It's nice, it's fun. Up the last step on this Big Twin from Life Skateboards, and then we'll get over there to another stack of boards to continue chasing. Morning, Photo Divas. Thanks for tuning in. Top of this is sanded down with a 150. We're going to flip it over, get the bottom, then we'll get the edges, and then we will hop over to the next one. Once again, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. If you like what you're watching, double tap the screen for me. Thank you. Well, we don't make a 6-inch, but we don't make a 7-inch either. I think we can make you a 7.5 if you want, but don't worry. I saw the South Park episode about you, buddy. I saw it. Calm taxi. Clean, we're going to clean up the rail, and then this one's done right here. Thanks, guys. This is Canadian or Great Lakes maple, the best wood to be used for skateboard. Maxie, I don't know how you did that because popsicles are $75 from us. Shapes go up from there. So if you want, go to lifeskateboard.com. You can check out all of our sizes, everything else. These are all entirely made in-house. Hi there, John Lee. I used to be like you, going on the internet and assuming that people that I'm watching don't know what they're doing. But it's all right. It's okay to be ignorant sometimes. So here's a vacuum system that this orbital is hooked up to, and for the remainder of the other tools that I use, I will be wearing a respirator. But while I use this one right here, I don't wear a respirator. Thank you, bud. Hi there, Milan. Alright, this guy's about done here. And this guy's ready for graphics. So here at Life Skateboards, we apply all of our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. And I'm going to go through just a little bit of what we do here before I continue with the rest of this stack. So here at Life Skateboards, we make skateboards entirely in-house. Our goal is to rival the industry standard with high-quality production. So here's where we store our veneer, right here. When we come in here, we load up these presses. With that veneer, you've got 7 pieces of maple that get glued together by hand. We glue them together by hand to give you full glue coverage on the inside of your board so we can guarantee against delam. Here's a bunch of finished boards here. So you have a lot of options when you go on the website. You can add wheel wells, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, we're really well known for our extremely deep concave. So pop, comfort, a lot of stuff. Really good with us here. So if you don't want to take my word for it, you can Google Life Skateboards and check it out. I did not do this. The owner, Sam Koch, started this company in 2012. I joined about 4 years ago. I just really enjoy sharing the process with you guys. So basically we pull the veneer from over there. You got 7 pieces of maple, 5 vertical grains, 2 cross bands. They get pressed in here. They're in the press for 24 hours. And then they cure for 7 days in a stack of their own concave. So these guys are either ready to be cut or waiting to be cut. Once they're cured, Sam, the boss man, the guy who started the company, takes that uncut, which looks like this without the truck holes, and he adds those truck holes in on this drill press right here. So then all these things you see on the wall here, those are all templates for shapes. So he attaches the... do we have one attached right now? No, we don't. He attaches the template to the uncut through the truck holes from the bottom, right there through those. So that's just hardware right there that holds it together. He then takes that template, runs it along this right here, and then I get this. And this is how it looks when I get it. That edge is not at a 90 to the concave, so the next step here is what you guys are going to be watching. To be able to round off the edge. The edge has to be at a 90 with the concave. And before we start that, let me just show this off. This is one of our graphics here at Life Skateboards. My buddy Doug over at Life Without Limits made this for us, as well as quite a few patches, bottle openers, really cool things. Check out Life Without Limits. He's doing really cool projects with a laser engraver right now. Really, really cool. Thank you, Doug, for that. And I'm going to throw that respirator on and we're going to get started here. Also, I just found out that one of you guys clipped that video of me flinging the strap from this into my eye. Thank you, because I could not clip that fast enough. So, whoop, we're dropping stuff. Alright, and you guys are going to have to bear with me here if you're unfamiliar with what happened to me. Last Sunday I made a horrible mistake and didn't ventilate properly while I was using a bug bomb, and the effects of that are kind of slowly going away, so it's like coming down from a really, really bad cold is what it feels like right now. But all right, let's get started here. So this step is going to take the edge and bring it to a 90. This shape is called our big knucklehead. Wide board, knuckle nose, really fun. We've got several different shapes. Check it out on lifeskateboard.com. My foot there. Push this off. So what I was just using there is kind of like grip gun, but watch your finger cut. I'm all right, buddy. Yeah, I'm really glad I'm okay with it from it too. I know, if you're asking about that bug bomb, I looked up the chemicals that were in it, and it's a lot less concerning than I thought it was. It was pretty awful on Monday and Tuesday, and I've been kind of out of it all week. I'm going to be real honest. I went live on Monday, and I don't remember a moment of it. I had to go back and watch it to see what happened. But, all right. Yeah, thanks for your concern, guys. I'm all right. I'm going to get better. I haven't been able to skate all week, but I'm here. I don't know, Mr. Poopy Butthole. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I just make skateboards. Awesome, Garrett. Which board did you end up getting from us, Garrett? I'm glad you got one. Thank you for the support. $19.92. That is sure is a fun shape. You skate in real life. Will you paint the skateboard at the end? So Fabian Ski. Is that a sole for Shaq? No, it's actually not our biggest board either. We make a 14.6. So Fabian, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. So you guys aren't going to see graphic application on these lives, and the reason for that is this is a big metal box. I'll show you real quick. This is a pole barn here. So it's a big metal box. We got Wi-Fi right over there. We need to extend Wi-Fi over into the studio over here. Let me show you real quick. So that white building is our studio. That's where we do the shipping and printing. As soon as I go outside the building, it's going to cut off the live. But I can show you some finished boards if that makes you a little happier. Real quick, I'll show you those. And then there are some videos of graphic application. Oh, great question, Hidden Home. I love screen printing, but that is not what we do here. So these are some finished boards. No, we're not going to tour outside, but I just said I would lose it. Sam did. Sam, the owner. He designed it. So yeah, this is rounded off to be able to tilt the board with the concave. But so real quickly, I'll explain our graphic application process, and then I'll get back to shaping. So here at Life, we apply all of our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. The reason we do that is heat transfers damage skateboards, whether that's the standard for the industry or not. Heat and glue and wood don't mix. So it doesn't really matter if the rest of the industry wants to use a heat transfer because it's easy and they don't care about their customers. We care about our customers. So we take the extra step to apply the graphics by hand. We commission local artists. Majority Ben Blakely has done most of our graphics. He carves the relief image, so it's kind of like a big stamp, and then we roll speedball ink on it, slap it on there, and we've got a graphic. Another great no-stress graphic application process is screen printing, like you brought up. Centerboard screens, pretty easy. Full board screens, those are hard. I have a lot of respect for people that do that as well. Dead End Skateboards does full board screens, stuff like that, but we just do our lino blocks. It gives us some versatility where, like, let's say that you wanted the block centered, or you wanted 2 of the blocks, or you wanted multiple blocks put on there to combine into a graphic. We can do that because we have the freedom to do so with our graphic application process. Good. Sweaty Freddy, do you have Instagram? Because it might be quicker. It might be quicker to get a response from Sam through the Instagram, but I will make sure that he is keeping up with that Hotmail. And yes, Sam still uses a Hotmail. Really quickly here, I've got to grab the compressor hose to air this up. Be right back. This has an air bladder in it. I want it to be full but still have a little bit of give. It helps me out with the edges on the board. There we go. Yeah, so just a little bit of give. Still feels full though. Alright, I'm going to turn off the compressor so it doesn't scare us, okay? Okay. Alright, let's see if Freddy responded yet. Huh, Harley, that's interesting. Yeah, I would assume that you would turn it on a lathe for an urn. Using this process would be wildly interesting to watch. Really quickly, since you brought that up, I'll show you guys something cool we have in here. Oh, perfect. It's Life Skateboards 1010 on Instagram. That's Sam. You should be able to easily tell that it's Sam. But hidden back here in this pile of stuff is this insane lathe. Yeah, that's a heavy, heavy, heavy lathe hidden back there. Sam has made some really cool projects out of scrap with that. But I would assume you would want to turn... Oh, you make box urns. Okay, I understand. That's cool too. It would be... I wonder if you make it out of oak. I wonder you could... It would be pretty cool if you used old skateboards to make your stuff. Have you ever seen people use scraps to make stuff out of old skateboards? You just take off the clear coat, sand it down, press them back together with some tight bond 2, and then you've got a big piece of material to work with. I'm walking through here to see if some of my little projects are still lying around here. And they are not. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you can glue stuff back together and get yourself a good piece of material made out of scrap wood. Can I do any tricks on a skateboard? Yes. I've been skating for 21 years. Yeah, skatering would be rad. I don't know. When I die, I kind of want to be cremated and... Yeah, I bet you could make boxes that way. When I die, I want to be cremated and put into a ramp, please. Mix me in with the concrete. It's raining outside. I don't have any of my stuff in here. There's your kickflip. If you'd like to see me skate, you can go to my shorts or any of my page to see me just doing my thing. Skateboarding's pretty much my entire life. Oh, look at that, a super uncreative person. If you're gonna try to compare me to... So Carlos asked, do you find more people buying cruiser boards than regular boards? So that actually brings up another debate, the definition of a cruiser board. I get into this quite a bit with people. A cruiser is defined by the trucks you put on there, not the board itself. So I wouldn't know how many people are buying cruisers and stuff from us because we sell shaped boards, popsicles. I don't know what they're using it for afterwards. But I don't know. I think there's just a lot. The customer base has grown in general. There are a lot more people that are just getting into it to push around and get places, and that's fine because they're getting the basics down, and then maybe they'll catch the bug for doing more one day. There's more customers in general. The skateboarding community has been growing. The skateboarding industry has been hurting. What's the weirdest board you've made? Gosh, you guys really want me to take you around the shop all day, don't you? So about 3.5 years ago, I spiral fractured my fibula. And when I got the x-ray, I said, hey, I should make a board that's that exact shape. So I did. And this little mutant with an extremely sharp point was really fun to make. Really fun to skate, too. It's dangerous as shit to skate, but it's fun. I called it the fibula because you can overlay my x-ray on it and it looks almost identical. I love it. But now I got a bionic leg, so it's stronger than ever. D-Nice. D-Nice. Oh, how am I ever going to recognize you then? But all right, guys, I better get back to work here. So, did someone just tell me to grow up at work? Oh, Tanisov, I'm sorry that you never learned how to have fun with your life or choose to do something you love, but I found something that I love, so hopefully you can stick around and enjoy what I love too. That's fine by me. If you don't, you can move along if you'd like. one more step before we get over to the orbital, and I'll be able to catch up with the chat a little bit better. Alrighty, and as I said, I am coming off of what feels like a sickness, so forgive me when I gotta step out and blow my nose. In the meantime, check out lifeskateboards.com. I'll be right back. Alright. Yeah, sorry guys, this coming off of poisoning myself feels like coming down from being really sick. It's not fun. Alright, let's see what we can catch up on here. 14.5 actually. Why are they massive? Because that's what the customer wanted. We offer everything here at Life Skateboards from 7.75 to 14.5. Thank you, Fabian. You bet my decks have no pop. Nah, bud, not today. Somebody, that's a really dumb thing to say. So we've been around since 2012, so you can just Google Life Skateboards and check out our reviews if you'd like to. I've never had a customer say that our boards don't have pop. We have had a customer complain that our boards have too much concave, but I took that customer's review, quoted it, and used it for an ad because they measured our concave that we're proud of. So, it is what it is. There's always going to be idiots on the internet that like to talk about things they've never tried or done. It just is what it is. No pop. No pop, right? Dummies. These kids think PS6 makes a good board. Yeah, that's called user error. Oh, how long's the wheelbase? I think this one's going to be either 15 or 14.5. I don't put the wheelbase in. The customer chooses it and Sam puts it in. So, let's see. Wow, this one's 15.5. So yeah, this is the large knucklehead. We do have stuff with smaller wheelbases and you can choose your wheelbases, so. Or you can get them double drilled if you want to try multiple. 2004 Toyota Camry. Thanks, D-Nice. Oh, definitely. 98 Camrys were definitely better. I just happen to have a 2004, so I'm going to tell them to do that. I like the shape of the older ones. No, Leon. I am the sole hourly employee here, so it's just me and the owner that run this. Will I do a live stream tomorrow? Likely not. I've got a party to go to tomorrow night at a mini ramp in a barn. It's going to be a good time. What's a good pair of wheels? Anything from Speed Lab Wheel Co. Speed Lab wheels. Get them from them. Everything they make is amazing. They've got tons of different options. I love them. The Jeremy Green 99s are rad. The Slappy Hour 99s are rad. I'm making a skateboard. Remember guys, if you like what you're watching, double tap the screen and subscribe, because I have no sort of live schedule in any way, shape, or form, so just turn on notifications so you can catch me. Yeah, the skate party is going to be rad. It's thrown by the original owner of the shop that I worked for. The guy that ran it while I was there sucked, horrible person. But the guy that started it, rad dude. The first guy that ever gave me a chance in skateboarding in general. Really love him. He's got a mini ramp out in the barn, and we're gonna go have a party. Thank you, Ryan. We have a website. It's called lifeskateboard.com. Lifeskateboard.com. The one you're watching get shaped right now is called the Big Knucklehead. There's a search feature on the website now. So if you got a shape that I say and you want to find it, it's going to be super easy to find. Just type it into the search bar. Looks like I need me a new sanding disc. I try to give them as much life as possible. Ha, pun intended. Now the top and bottom are sanded down to a 150. We're going to clean up the rails, nose, and tail, and then we'll move on to the next one. Hi there, Lucas Silva. Insinuating that people have legal problems in states they've never been in is pretty silly. I've been in legal trouble before. I'm actually an addict in recovery. I think this might be 8 years sober, the first of the year, from alcohol, and my record is a DUI. Don't drink and drive. If you can't, just don't drink. And if you need help with your drinking, always always reach out. If you want private help with that, you can reach out to me through Stranger Casper on Instagram. Yeah, I'm not very shy about my legal past. I made a horrible mistake. Very bad, very happy that no one else was hurt and it was a single car accident. But yeah, I made mistakes. I'm trying to do better from them. That was almost 9 years ago now. So this shop is located in New Palestine, Indiana. That's just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. Wow, congratulations, Short Stars. It does, yeah. It would be even better if there was enough work to where I wasn't struggling. So, if you want to help out, make this a little bit more supportive for me, go to lifeskateboard.com, get yourself a life. That gives me more work. If you want to support directly, you can become a member here, subscribe to my Patreon, buy supers and thanks, whatever you'd like. But I'm just going to keep showing you guys the process here no matter what. Oh, thank you. Be nice. That's actually one of our graphics. So our good buddy Doug Frazier, who owns Life Without Limits, has been playing with a laser engraver, and he made us that. So check out Life Without Limits, and then if you want that on a board, it's available. You can stay tuned and see if it becomes close through the process here. It has been a while, Quentin. Like a street deck. So no, Benjamin, all skateboards are pressed boards. So these are 7 plies of maple. We can do 6. What's different about us here is that we actually do it in-house. So we press our own boards, we shape our own boards, we apply our own graphics, and we sell our own boards. If you can check those out at lifeskateboard.com. It's a skateboard. So this one is the Big Knuckle from Life Skateboards. You can go to lifeskateboard.com and get this guy. Really quickly here, I'm going to measure this and do a little spiel. Alright, so this is the Big Knuckle from Life Skateboards. You can get this at lifeskateboard.com. It's 10 inches wide on the truck bed, has a really fun knuckled nose, square tail, 7 plies, really nice concave. It's available at lifeskateboard.com. So check that out. That's really a strange thing to announce that you're going around doing that. But, hey, you know what? Gay's not an insult. So first of all, I'm not, but my sexual orientation has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. It's so strange to me when people hop in and you're like, ha, gay. Like, I'm not in high school. It's not insulting. Are you telling me that I dress well? Like, because I don't think I do. The only stereotypes I have in mind for anyone that's gay are pretty positive, so thanks, I guess. Thank you? Should I start saying thank you every time somebody tries to insult me with that? Well, I'm glad you're here, Quentin. I don't know, I just can't. Is it? I don't know. I'll take it as a compliment. I'm just going to take it as a compliment on how I dress every time. It's a descriptor of a person, and a person's a human being, so I don't know. Thank you. Gow. I'm gonna insist that you go work on your typing before you hop on insulting, Ben. That's just stupid. We're here to make skateboards, though. If you want to spread bigotry about someone's sexual orientation that has no application to what you're watching, you can go do that elsewhere. Thank you. Jeffrey, I don't need you to explain what bigots are trying to say. It's all right. Oh man. Wow, there are a ton of bigots in this chat today. My God. You know, what always gets me is when all these people just like randomly spew homophobia at someone who's not gay, which just, I don't get it. But are you scared? Like, are you attracted to me or something and you're scared of it? Because it's okay. Everyone's going to accept you. I promise. I promise. It's going to be all right. But bigotry does not rule at all in any way, shape, or form. And if you think it does, you have a very, very sad life. I think you should dig into your life, maybe find out what's wrong with it. Something in there is making you lash out at people that don't even exist because you're literally attacking someone for their sexual orientation that's inaccurate. So you're just projecting on something right there. It's totally fine. You can call me gay all you want. That's totally fine by me. I have no clue. Quite mad for someone who ain't. I'm sorry, but I have people that I love that are gay. I have people that I love that are trans. So when somebody just hops on and spreads hatred, it does upset me a little bit because I care about human beings. And I know that it seems that you don't, but that's what we do. We care about other human beings because I don't really see a point on this earth if I'm just here to bother people or cause problems for people. And if that's what you're here for, I'm really sorry that you wasted your time here on earth. Causing problems and frictions for other people is not a good purpose in life. I promise. I hope you get better, and I hope you find something fun in your life. Oh, Jeffrey, I see what you mean. My bad. But yeah, I hope you. I hope whoever is just out here spreading hatred for literally no reason decides to go do something good for themselves today. Go smile at somebody. See if they smile back. All right, I'm gonna get back to making skateboards. Idiots have gotten enough of my attention today. Yeah, they're bored. Excuse the pun. That's pretty grad. He is very unhappy with himself. Why does he stick around if he's that unhappy? I've been doing all right, Quentin. Just a lot of work. Recovering from accidentally poisoning myself last weekend was not fun. But I'm here. You make fingerboards, that's awesome. Oh wait, you mean drinking? What are we talking about? I must have missed something there. But all right, no, this one is not the knucklehead. This is a 10. Hey, have fun, Sweaty. Oh, absolutely. So, good question and a good time to ask that question. Have I ever hurt myself board mangling? Yes. I used to be stupid, and I used to not care about my hair being down in the shop. And this was when the shop was in Muncie. This machine right here, this is the on button. You have to hit that to turn it on. At the old shop, I had my hair down. I turned this on, reached down to grab something, tripped and fell, and this grabbed my hair and yanked me underneath of it and started to try to separate my scalp. I was trapped, stuck to it for a couple of hours because I was alone. It was not fun. It was horrifying, and now there is a reason why my hair is always up in the shop. Don't be dumb, be smart. I almost died that day. It was not fun. I was stuck alone at like 11 p.m. in a shop with nothing around me. That sucked. It was like 127 hour style. I had to untie my hair with a camera to see what I was doing, and it was terrifying. It was awful. But there we go. We're here now. part of the reason why I wear like light fabric pants and things like that, or in light fabric shirts and things like that when I work too. That way, if any of the machines grab any of my clothes, it's just going to rip off a chunk of the clothes, which has happened before. But there have been other injuries in this shop. It was actually the other shop where the table saw out there was in the center. The boss man lost a couple fingers. There is a graphic that was made of his hands several days after the incident happened. Literally, it felt like I was in 127 hours. How long have I been making skateboards? About 4 years. Yeah, I had to use that machine later that day. It was a little bit of a... I had to convince myself that I'd be safe. It was scary. Alright, so we got this guy to do on the orbital now, and then we just got 3 more to do there. I've got some side work I need to get done. I've got an event that I'm supposed to be throwing on Sunday. It looks like the weather might push that back another week. If it pushes it back another week, then I can afford to go buy a mic for the party box so I don't have to use a megaphone for the contest. But, yeah, dude, Cody, I've seen some chainsaw accidents and they scare the shit out of me. I actually got a hold of some of those little like leg protector things for the next time I do it. That's insane. No, Maddie, not all decks are handmade. The majority of companies are going to use a glue machine. They're going to heat transfer their graphics on, and a lot of them are CNC cutting out the shape. But the thing that we CNC cut in our shop are the molds. That's it. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, Matthew, this is the 2nd annual Remember November event at Lawrence Skate Park. It's going to be awesome. We've got $800 in cash prizes at least. $700 for best trick, and then I've got $100 to toss out for cash for tricks. We're going to have a best trick on an 8-stair, best trick on an extension and quarter. We've got a death race around the park. We're in Lawrence, Indiana. That's where the skate park is. It's a park that I've been a part of making better over the last few years, over the last couple years. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know you could do that, and I am not upset about it. That was awesome. I want to clip that for myself. Nope, I am the sole hourly employee here. But if you want to Google what we did, just look up Lawrence Skate Park in Indiana. You'll see a bunch of articles about the project we got done. I'm really excited for this. We got thousands of dollars worth of product. We're gonna have a death race. We're gonna have a highest ollie, hippie jump. I've even got a tic tac race planned. So there's gonna be something for everybody. It's gonna be really fun. The city gets involved with it. I really love it. So that was really cool. Whoever bought that gift, that just like threw me off, but. Dang it, Cody, stick to the skateboard. I'm 31 too, so I promise you can get back to it and keep going. Absolutely, Scott. Let me go ahead and finish. Let me go ahead and focus on finishing this on the orbital, and then we'll go into the other room. I'll show you a few of the molds, and then we'll get back to shaping these last 3. Okay. You work at the lumber yard. Fuck yeah. It must smell amazing, man. It smells great here, but all we have is maple. Live froze up on me. Alright, guys, you guys notice that we have the entire process of the skateboard on this live right now? Because we got the lumber yard in the chat right here. We got the board maker here. And then one of you is going to buy this so you can skate it, right? So, there we go. As a skateboarder, I support Canadian maple. Thank you for making such a good wood. as a country, we're not going to fast cut forests and things like that, and making sure this slow growth wood can continue to exist. Oh, that's awesome, Gavin. Thank you. I'm sure we could. We just don't do that. We do make longboards, though. I knew you were secretly a tree gray Jedi. Just a matter of time before you admitted it. What's the best material for a board? It's going to be maple. Great Lakes or Canadian maple specifically, because you want long growth, slow winters, tight grains. It's a very flexible, it's a very malleable yet strong wood. Why do people say bamboo is a good material for longboards? So on a longboard, you're not going to be taking a lot of center impact, or honestly, much impact at all on the board itself. And a lot of longboarders like their board to flex a lot. Once you start getting into flex on maple, it does start to get weak. So bamboo has flexibility and strength. It just doesn't have the impact strength of maple. So there's your reason on that. You'll find more flexible bamboo wood than maple wood. And we do have some bamboo in here, we just haven't used it. Am I Jewish? I don't know. I don't know my family history in any way, shape, or form. I'm a mystery. I'm not practicing in any way, shape, or form, though. Oh, that's funny, Scott. That is funny. Poplar is a pretty wood, though, isn't it? I like the discoloration that happens on poplar. How much for a deck? $75 for popsicles, and then your shapes go up from there. Check out lifeskateboard.com, and you can check out specs, prices, and all kinds of stuff. Sorry that the live keeps freezing every once in a while. It is what it is. You like shape decks? Well, we got them for you. We also have popsicles. We've got boards from 7.75 all the way up to 14.6. So check out lifeskateboard.com. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. We aren't going anywhere. You can get back to skating one day, I promise. Do we use veneer? Yes, we do. Hey, you can start skating whenever. There's actually I believe she's in her 40s, I believe, Jill, from our friend from Bloomington that just picked up skateboarding like 2 years ago, I think. It's been really cool to see people of all ages jumping into the community. The gatekeepy bullshit is done. Anybody that gatekeeps anymore is just a loser. It's a very accepting to beginners community now. It's awesome. So Get yourself a board, go to the park, and you can be, there's even groups called like Old Dude Skate Crew. There's 30 plus skaters. There's all kinds of groups to make everything inclusive. So you are always welcome in the skateboarding community. And you don't have to either. There's so many parks now that have amazing bowls. You can have so much fun just carving at mock speed, dude. You can learn carve grinds. You can learn like low risk tricks and things like that. Thanks, Grey Jedi. Get a life. It's so fun to see things that would be insults if they weren't people just advertising for me. All right, this guy's ready for graphics, and we're going to move on. Real quick here, I got to mark this board here. All right, this one looks like a large panhead to me. Yep. So next board we're shaping is a large panhead. It's an awesome community, but it is a huge community, so keep in mind that every community has its shitheads. If you happen to run into a shithead at the beginning of your skateboarding career, ignore it, move on. There are a lot more welcoming people in the community now than there used to be. You still have your first board? That is awesome. I definitely do not. Oh, well, Scott, you can always get back to it, man. Those guys are still back at it and moving around, and everybody's getting back into skating. Come back to it, Scott. We miss you. Thank you. You can get it at lifeskateboard.com. First step here, we're going to bring the edge to a 90 with a concave so we can round it off. We'll move on to my favorite thing to watch. Well, Matthew, if you remember riding, make sure you get yourself Bones hard bushings to swap out your stock bushings with. But if you want somebody that's going to give you confidence and you don't have anybody around, I would highly, highly suggest checking out Skate IQ. That's Mitchy Brusco, if you remember him. What did he do? He did the first 1080, right? Or was that the 1260? I don't remember, but he does some really, really, really good trick tutorials and things like that. Clean it up over here. You can get one at lifeskateboard.com. That's life, L-I-F-E, skateboard.com. Thank you. And you'll likely see your board get shaped to your live. Wait. I went and changed the angle for the wrong step. I'm sorry, guys. That was a fun angle. I'm sorry, I was watching what you guys were watching because I thought that was cool. I'm liking this. You guys like those angles? Because I really like these angles. Do we do custom graphics? So our graphics are applied with our graphics are applied with hand carved lino blocks. So the options on our website are what we've got. We can combine those, but the reason that we do hand carved lino blocks is to make sure that we don't apply any heat or stress to the board before it goes to the customer. Heat transfers ruin boards. The industry might do it. We aren't the industry. We're a little better. Let me, I don't want to shut the live down, but I really need to get the dust off of the screen because I can't see a thing on that screen. So give me 1 second here. I can't read anything you guys are saying. I'm going to genuinely use a blower on my phone. Let's see how that works. Is it gonna work? This is kind of fun. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm done being entertained by childish things, but I'm definitely gonna post that as a short. Alright, cool. I'm sorry, I'm easily entertained. And that's why it's good for me to make toys for a living. I'm sorry, guys. I should have warned you a little bit better. That was kind of fun, though. I was kind of going to see how far I could push it before the phone fell, or you guys started getting annoyed. Power Rangers inspired board. What do you think? Oh! They got a little dog on there! Thanks, Ghostum! That was cool. Oh, fuck. Dang it, Scott. I have a squirrel brain. I have the memory of a dead goldfish. So, sorry, and thank you for reminding me. So here's our molds. This is our long. So this has kicks that are a little bit farther apart. This is our wide. This has the same exact concave as that other mold, but the kicks are closer together. The top of this one here, this is our youth mold. So there's a bottom piece that'll fit in here. And we can put the upper part of the wide mold in, the lower part of the youth mold in, and fit this new monster mold in. This is 15 inches wide. That fits in there. This is our standard press. This is where everything 925 and below comes from. This is our longboard press. We've got longboards ready to go, but when we need them, we'll set this back up again. We've got the drop down and the flat one here. And then we've got 2 more presses, and that's it. These are actually some that we acquired from Fickle Skateboards. If you weren't familiar with that, that was Lou Ross in Cincinnati. He actually made his molds out of concrete, not CNC cut. They're unique. But people love them. People specifically want the Fickle concave from us. It's not perfect, but that's kind of part of the aesthetic, I guess. But how long does a mold last? A very, 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 very long time. We preserve the mold pretty well by putting plastic separators in between the boards and between the mold and the board. Obviously, you're going to end up getting these icicle things on it, but if you end up with glue on the actual mold itself, you can just sand it down without messing up the concave or anything like that. The thing that you're going to replace the most are these jacks. They're going to fail every once in a while, and you're going to need to replace them. That's it. We have not had to remake any molds while I have been here, and those molds are pretty old. Yep, ours are made out of 7 layers, standard 6 layers for the youth boards. You can get an 8 ply, 6 ply, 7 ply, whatever you want from us. Of course, Scott, I do these lives to be able to show you guys what we do here at Life Skateboards. So when you ask questions like that, I'm going to answer them. My phone is just steady freezing today. Definitely. We're definitely going to hold on to those and keep making them when the orders come in, for sure. Well, what's strange is it's a lot easier to press longboards than skateboards because you've got less concave, so there's less possibility of splitting the wood. So I really don't understand why there aren't a lot of longboard molds out there. it's something that we deal with here at Life. Sometimes the top or bottom ply is going to split, and that means that it's not going out to a customer. The way you can prevent that, I guess, that the industry has done is go with weaker concaves. But yeah, a deep concave is going to have a higher risk of the wood splitting, but that's just kind of what we do here. We have an extremely deep concave. That's part of the reason we don't use any exotic woods for the bottom ply or do the split veneer on the bottom, is because that would be an even bigger risk. Right now, it's not that much of a risk, but it does happen. So. Quentin, that would just be for their Skate 1 boards if they did, because their molds for their price points are made in China. Kickflip. There you go. That was 1.5 for you. Of course. So when you're referring to concave, you're referring to the curve right here. When you're referring to kicks, you're referring to this. So this is going to have a lot more control on your pop than this. This is going to have a lot more control over your stability and control. So our kicks, pretty dang good. Our pop is really good, but the control you get out of this deep concave is what we're really, really proud of. Well, I like this. It's got a little hidden motion pattern on it. Unfortunately, I've been told that you guys can't see the grain patterns on these boards sometimes. This one is popping out with a nice quilted grain. Yeah, this one's not our lightest though. You know we make big ones. Those would be funny, Goose Things. Yeah, I would honestly skate the bacon one too. I've also seen like Santa Cruz do the flat bottom boards. That's just something that I don't personally like, but I'm sure if we did that, some people would like it. Oh, thank you, Great Guitars. You can get these at lifeskateboard.com. Now that the top and bottom are cleaned off, I'm going to clean up the rail, nose, and tail, and we're going to get on to the last two boards here. Oh, I'm so sorry, Matthew. I completely missed you. What kind of board would you recommend for a newbie over 200 pounds? So as far as... So you're not used to a popsicle yet, which is a pretty good position to be in. I would highly suggest looking at our mid or big twin from Life Skateboards. Our 7-ply is going to be significantly stronger than a factory board in general, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. If you really feel like you need to, we can make you an 8-ply. But as far as weight goes for you, I would suggest getting maybe our mid or big twin, and then when you get the complete to finish it out, and there is an option on our website to get a complete, make sure you also order Bones hard bushings. So you're going to replace the bushings that come stock in your trucks, and replace them with those, it should be a normal ride for you. I've always heard that heavier skaters should be switching those bones hard bushings to make it feel normal. So sorry I missed your question there, though. And if you don't know what a bushing is, I'm sure I've got a truck over there somewhere I can take apart for you in a minute. Sorry about that. Slappies or indies? Now that is a strange question. Slappies and Ace. I ride Ace Classics for almost everything, but obviously Slappy makes a 13-inch truck, so when I'm skating the 14.6, I gotta skate the Slappies. But I really like the Ace geometry. I take my bottom washer off, and then I love the trucks. We have, we're known for extremely deep concave. We do have a mellow option for the 925 and below, but it is our deep concave for everything else. Have I tried pot, buddy? I have tried so many horrible things in my life. I've tried so many drugs and done so many things, and now I'm 8 years clean. 8 years clean from alcohol. I quit smoking about, when I started here, so about 4 years ago. Have I ever tried pot? Yeah. Copious amounts of almost everything. So I'm not judging anybody for anything, but copious amounts of almost everything you're going to ask me about. But now I'm here today. Yeah, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. It steals years away from your life, takes your relationships away, hurts the people around you. You don't even realize it because you're numbing yourself so bad that you just don't care. And by the time you come out of it, you got a lot of work to do to undo it. So don't do drugs. But I'm not going to judge you. I'm just going to be here to help if you need it. I don't know. I did to you. You're talking to a dude that spent years of his life high, drunk, doing everything else, and now he enjoys things because it's an enjoyable thing to do. So you do you, man, but that's not something that I enjoy. Yeah, I make skateboards. We don't make fingerboards because everybody makes fingerboards, but we are considering making handboards one day. Sending love from New Zealand. Hell yeah. Our buddies actually just moved out to New Zealand. Floyd and his wife moved out there. They were great customers of ours. I just randomly saw their story from moving over there. Thank you, Quentin. How much do you charge for a board? $75 for popsicles, and then shapes go up from there. You can go to lifeskateboard.com and check out our prices, specs, and everything else. It never really made me paranoid. It just made me complacent, I guess. Looking back on it, it just made me complacent. Like I could go skate and I'd be happy with that and that being it that day. Since I've quit, I've been having a lot more ambition to do other things. Obviously, it doesn't kill ambition for some people because there's some very wildly successful people that do. But for me, optimizing my life seemed to be just removing anything that slowed me down. Wow, Quentin, that's awesome. I personally don't attend churches and I'm personally not religious, but love my friends that found their way through that. 1 second here, be right back. All right, respirator. Ooh. You ever take a drink of something? I regret using any drugs. However, I mean, you can't really regret your past mistakes because you learn from them. Had I not fallen into deep addiction and almost died on a regular basis, then I wouldn't be able to help other people get out of it. So I don't know. I've got a very strange outlook on life. Purpose is the only thing that I really see as a reason. So if my purpose for surviving all of that stuff was to help other people by telling my story and being confident about it, then that's what I'm here for. So do I regret it? Sure. If I could go back and change it, maybe I could, but I can't go back and change it. So I'm just moving forward with my life the best I can, and trying to use my past to help other people. So Cody, I don't want to, I have personal opinions about that, so whatever gets you clean, but remember, I'm going to share this, and I hope I don't offend you with this at all. A state-funded addiction is better than the other addiction, but it is a state-funded addiction. And I'm proud of you for taking the steps away from it, and I really, 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 really don't want to offend you at all. But, okay, thank you. I'm glad that you took that well. That was a scary one to do. I no offense in any way, I'm just going to be the guy that keeps saying it. Yeah, Quentin. It's Stranger Casper on Instagram. Thank you, Kuba. But all right, we're gonna continue here and move along. Yeah, it is, and what scares me is that, I mean, they're selling it as a cure, and it's not a cure. They don't sell you treatment with it. They just get you off of one thing and onto another thing. And it bothered me because I had a friend that really, really needed to get clean. And that was what he did to tell me he was clean. And then he's back on horrible things, starting to kill himself again very quickly because the treatment wasn't there. But you'll get there, man. Yeah, one day at a time, dude. MK Ultra, you're an idiot, but Cody, you're not. You're worth every moment of being. Me again, I'm sorry. Yeah, stay strong, Cody. It is so windy. That's why I'm going to push that contest back, I think. Half pipe or street? There's a lot of different stuff in between. No, not me. I'm not going to take my shirt off for you. I'm sorry. So, I skate a lot of park, I used to skate a lot of street, and I can skate a little bit of vert. And when I say a little bit, I can drop in, do frontside airs, and slash on a 12-foot. That's it. Because we're here to make skateboards. I appreciate you guys, but no thank you. You can stick around. Remember, stick around for the good skateboards, not just me. Oh boy. That just made me laugh so hard. What happened? Oh, Man Ranch, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Oh, okay, so I'm going to catch up on what's been talked about here. So, what you're, sorry, there's a lot to catch up on here. So what you're referring to there is what Harlan calls a razor top edge, what we call a square top. So when we square top a board, this is what it looks like. Right there. So the way we do that is we're going to not route the top edge. We're not going to round the top edge. We're going to sand to it. And then at the end, I come around by hand with a 150 and just kind of mellow it out to make it a little easier on your ankles. But we do that here as well. They're available at lifeskateboard.com. If you want them square topped, you just put it in the notes for us. Oh no! I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go do an unattractive thing and go blow my nose real quick. I'm really sorry. Dang, I got a super fan. The only board worth riding for you is an 825, but skateboarding is extremely personal. So make sure that you skate an 8.25, but somebody else might skate a 14.6 or a 7.75 or whatever it is. What? What? That's so weird. I'm not gonna kick that. I'm gonna wait till Casper's keeper sees what's happening in here, because I think it's hilarious. You made me forget what I was doing. I just set up for the wrong fucking part of the process. All right. It is a strange kink, isn't it? But it is what it is. Not me. Thank you for the compliments. Unfortunately, I am happily taken. But you can stick around here and argue with the people that hop in here if you like. That's always fun. Real quick, let me clean this screen off. There we go. Matthew, I'm not sure. So does it help at all? I'm not sure. I mean, I was skating for 18 years before. See ya, Kubla. Thanks for tuning in. Before I started making boards. But I mean, I guess a little bit. Because when I'm shaping it, I'm feeling for, like, is this going to feel smooth popping across the ground? Is this going to give you a consistent pop? Is the rail going to feel consistent on your flicks? I think skating helps my board making more than board making helps my skating. It's kind of like you want a skateboarder making your skateboard because they know what the skateboard's going to do. Yeah, I guess that's the best way I can answer that question. That's a good question, Matthew. Thank you, Lloyd. I'm going to clip that. That was kind of interesting. I really liked that question. Not much, Blake. What you doing? Now we got quite a bit of excess glue to remove off the bottom of this one. You're from Michigan? Hey, what's up? We got some friends up there. Our buddy Lyle is up in Michigan. He rides for the team. Well, I'm glad I'm here to entertain you, Blake. Absolutely love to one day. So what's really cool is on this channel, another form of the videos that we do is I do a Lagoon to the Moon is the title of the series. We are traveling around with my buddy Luke and Chuck and our filmer Mysterio. Our core spot that we're going to is in the Cleveland, Ohio area called the Lagoon. We'd like to start traveling out further. Those videos are just not becoming lucrative yet. These lives are where all of the income is coming from in shorts. So once those videos start becoming a little more lucrative and become a little more worth it for everybody to come, and then we'll definitely be able to fund further trips out there. But yeah, obviously warmer, but you want to go to Sunset? Oh yeah, I saw it was closed for resealing, right? If you guys don't know Sunset Skate Park, built by Hunger Skate Park in Evansville, Indiana, oh, you need to go check that out. It's amazing. It's right on the river. The sun literally sets inside of a loop. So if you like back up from the park and look across, you can see the sun setting in the loop. It's really cool. But it's getting resealed right now, so it is closed. Hi there, Brandon. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing the last step of sanding. So all this is doing is removing any excess glue, cleaning up the edges, and bringing all the surfaces down to a 150. We've got one more board to shape here on live, so if you stick around, you'll see the rest of the process. But this is just the last step before graphics are applied. So as you can see, I'm just removing some excess glue that's on here. The guy that glued this must have been a little messy while he was doing it. I'm the guy that glued it. Yeah, he is gorgeous. That's Hunger Skate Parks. Hunger Skate Parks. The skate jam? When's the skate jam? If there's a skate jam in Evansville, I will likely go. But I do have a party tomorrow night at the White Barn. I've got a contest that's scheduled on, November 22nd. Maybe. I might be able to. So I have a contest that's planned on the 9th. And then it's looking like the weather might push it back. So it might be pushed back to next week, but that wouldn't push me into the next weekend. But I do know my lady needs to get to work early that weekend, so we'll figure it out. What's on my face? Probably sawdust. I am here at work. What's on your mind, Jay? I'd like to, Blake, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it. Oh, doesn't say anything. We've got an old school snake and a spider web. Awesome, Brandon. I made a lot of skate decks, and I will go into full detail about them because this is Life Skateboards. So now that the top and bottom of these are sanded, we're going to clean up the edge here. Brandon, stick around. I got some questions for you. What is the average, just in general, what's the press and cure time for a standard factory? Let me know, Brandon. I can pull out the template for you, but I don't have a caveman made right now, so let me pull out that template for you and I can give you some specs that aren't on the website. I thought I was gonna be able to be like, ours is 24 hours and 7 days. Okay, Brandon, what's the general graphic application process for the majority of the industry? Make me some pizza, Jay. All right, let me grab that for you, Man Ranch, real quick. Caveman. Let me find it here. It's somewhere. We got the King, Cathedral, Shovelhead, Texas, Stinger, Cathedral. Caveman. Here we go. So I got the template for the caveman here for you. There we go, Ryan. Thank you. So we do 24 hours in press and 24 hours in press and 7 days curing time. Oh yeah. All right. So let's lay it on a board that would come out of the same press, so you can see where the kicks start. Let me find one real quick. All right, so this is the best way I'm going to be able to explain to you, man. Definitely is a long process. The waiting is the time. Alrighty. So I am going to take you off the tripod so that you can see this, Man Ranch. This is the template right here. So with the template sitting on a board that's going to be cut out, there's where you're gonna have that much nose, you're gonna have that much tail. So that is the shape inside of its uncut. So you'll definitely have a nose on that one. This is the template for it. Yes. Yeah, this is just a template, guys. This is how the shape is cut out. But hopefully that gave you some more info. Let me give you some... You're at 10.5 on the front truck bed, 9.5 on the back truck bed. It jumps down to 9.25 after that last money bump. You're good, dude. Everyone thinks that, I promise. And everyone also thinks our boards look thicker when they see that square edge on them before they're rounded out. A lot of people don't see skateboards before they're made. Now, we do have another shape, okay? So we had a bottlenose shape that we did for a while. This is called the bottle cave. So it has that bottlenose nose, but it also has this little caveman bump on it. Now this one is longer, but that's another one you can check out, the bottle cave. All right, I think we are moving on to the last board here today. And I hope you enjoy it, Man Ranch. I'm going to come up with a nickname for you if you're here a lot. Yeah, it definitely does. It's kind of cool that it's sitting 2 away from our coffin. Our hammerhead looks like a sarcophagus too. You call the templates jigs in the in UK? I mean, that's fun. So this is interesting. So you call that a jig. We call this a jig. So for us, a jig is a tool that makes the job easier that's just specifically made for that tool, for that job. So like this right here is our jig to make wheel wells. It's a truck base plate with a bushing and another jig on top. We have this on a horse right here. We put the board on there, put this on top of it, and then run this on there through the hole to get the wheel wells in. That's so interesting. What's my favorite ink to put on a board? Honestly, I like rolling backgrounds and then double printing with black and white to make it pop. I have some good examples of that posted as posts on my page. Nice to see you too, bud. But I don't know if I have any examples of that in the other room here. I don't think I do. Actually, maybe the board that I shot might have that on there. Does it? It does not. It's just a single color. Yes, I did shoot a board. Do you do wheel wells with the deepest part of the edge? Try to line it up where the skaters get wheel bite. So it's based off of where you're gonna get wheel bite, because this works like a truck. So when it dips down, it's gonna dip like your truck. That's why we use this as a jig, because it functions just like a truck. Now your wheel wells, because people use different trucks with different turn radius and things like that, sometimes they don't line up perfectly. But this is the best way to get it universally as close as possible. Sam does the wheel wells. He's got some great videos of doing it. But like I said, this is just gonna line it up with where your wheel should touch when your truck turns. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, dude, it is. And I've noticed something also with the industry standard, because I work here, I get my boards from here. When I go into skate shops, it's usually for shoes or just to go talk to people. So I don't really spend a lot of time looking at boards on the walls. But man, I saw some wheel wells on an Anti-Hero Grasso reprint that there were different depths from the nose to tail. And me and an old shop owner couldn't figure out what it was for. So stiff or loose for noobs. Loose trucks save lives. People will tell you to tighten them up to be balanced. Just work on your balance. Oh yeah, Sam has some great videos of doing that on the Life Skateboards Instagram. So Brandon, you just used the word screen. Did they screen it, or did they heat transfer it? There's your question right there. So the majority of the industry uses the heat transfers. Kickflip. Sorry, someone asked for a kickflip. The majority of the industry uses a heat transfer to apply their graphics, and that sucks because it damages the bond between the wood and the glue, but it's just an easy way to do things. That's why we do Lino block transfers here at Life Skateboards. Why do loose trucks save lives? Because they do. I don't know, it's more forgiving. You can get into a pinch easier. Yes, you have to balance flatten your board out before you pop a trick. But it's something that you can learn, that you then have more versatility with your board with. And you can carve a bowl. Don't try to carve a deep bowl with some loose trucks. Now, when you go skate vert, though, if you're skating a vert ramp, tighten it. I learned that the hard way. That video is on my shorts. Do we have molds to press the boards? Why, yes, we do. Loaded in right there. Yes, agreed, Man Ranch. That's why on my trucks I remove the bottom washer off of my Aces. I don't know, but let's find out. Tell us. Imp, I am trying to get an answer right here, but I can't get one. I don't think we'll ever know. We'll never know. All right, I'm going to shape this last board. I have wasted a lot of time today. Actually, you know what? It's not a waste. You guys are awesome. Oh, I know people that do that. There's, so Luke, the guy that I bring around with me to skate, he rides no washers. You should see his tricks. Those things just rattle. And I mean rattle, rattle. Truck tightness though. You guys know who rides some super, super extremely tight trucks that I did not know? Bam Margera. That blew my mind. That man is skating like rock hard trucks. It is insane. I watched it when we were at the castle. I watched him drop it. So if you ever seen the castle, there's a little tabletop that has a quarter on top of it. Then on the back side of that drops into the bigger area of the ramp. I watched him drop in from the top of that with his feet so fucking close together to do a kickflip into the pink bowl. I don't understand it. That guy's like, no, this straight line. I don't get it. And he still kills it. It's insane. Ranch Manch. Awesome, man. Ranch Manch. As long as you like that name, I'll take it. What's the best wood to make a skateboard last longer? I've seen people use as a carbon. He does, yeah. I don't know though, because he wasn't really turning with him. Like, when I went out there, there's a video going around of him on an extremely wide board skating around his bowl, just like throwing his shoulders and having fun. I filmed that. That's my board. People just took the video, but he was just screwing around. But it was kind of funny because those trucks are extremely loose. So he got a little up on that wall, and it was fun to see him get surprised by it. But it kind of bums me out that people took that video and used it to mock him when he was just having fun. But it is what it is. We had a great time out there. He's a great dude. It's, yeah. Yeah, dude, I did see that. We talked about that while we were out there. That was really funny. The press X to kickflip. We were talking about something, weren't we? I don't remember. There was a good question in there or something. Oh, okay, Brandon. What type of wood is the best for skateboards? So that would be maple, and that would be Canadian or Great Lakes maple, because some of the maple does come from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. You want something with long winters, slow growth to create tight grains and create a great board. When it has tight grains, it's less porous as well. So when you have a board that's got deep concave, you've got great strength end to end. The industry stopped doing deep concave in general. When you don't apply a heat transfer to the board, it adds some strength to it because you didn't weaken the board with heat. So maple is the best way to make a skateboard. Can you use carbon fiber for it, and do other companies do so? Yeah. It's not a good feel for me. I personally don't like the flex of it. I don't like the extremely sharp razor tail that happens from it. I don't know. I have a lot of respect for Palo Peralta because they are making those flight decks, but they are very honest about their really cheap price points that are made in China. So, but maple made properly is the best thing for a skateboard. Good questions. Metal or aluminum skateboards was a horrible, scary idea that happened one time. That sounds like a death trap for everyone involved. I wasn't around for the aluminum skateboards. Was it sold as a gimmick, or was it an actual attempt to make the boards last longer? That's a real good question. If you were around during the time of aluminum skateboards, please let me know if they were advertised as something that was going to last longer, or what the point was. Alrighty, one more step before the end of this. They were super lightweight. That is rad, Ryan. I didn't know that existed. That is rad. Well, that's the last time I got to use the respirator today. Alright, just cleaning off the surfaces I just used. Moving on from there. I guess you guys could probably like watch me sweeping over here. But then I'd have to walk over there and change the angle, and I'm already done, so sorry. Yeah, that is really cool, Ryan. Really quick, while we're here, I'm going to show you something that I sold to my boss. A while back, I was throwing a contest, and my financial sponsor backed out right before it, and unfortunately, and I had to sell some stuff to make up the cash prizes, because I'm not going to tell the community that I got something for them and then not have it for them on the day of. And I'm pretty poor, so I just had to sell some of my stuff. But what's cool is I sold it to my boss, so I get to see it in the shop all the time. This is an OG Volterra, the one that they just reprinted. It's missing the nose and tail guard. This was a Goodwill find. It's really cool that I get to see that in here all the time. I've got another Goodwill find in the other room I'll show you guys. It's an early roller derby board with the built-in bearings, which I think is cool. The reason it stood out to me was because I was in Goodwill and I accidentally kicked it, and the sound of the wheels spinning was so strange to me. I thought it was a penny board, and then I flipped it over and was like, dang, this is a 70s roller derby board. Do you get the skateboard pre-made, or do you make them yourself? Brandon, we do absolutely everything in-house here, so let me walk you in here real quick. I'm going to show you what these skateboards look like before we start. There's your crossband. So 2 of those. Here's your vertical ply. 5 of those. Glue them up right here where my coat is for right now. And press them right there. You can buy them at lifeskateboard.com. That's lifeskateboard.com. We got a ton of stuff on there. What's up with the Halloween hell bomb? I don't know. I saw it was happening. I sure wish I could have gone. I never make it to stuff like that. Oh yeah, I remember. So I pace when I'm not on here. Don't worry. You can buy these at lifeskateboard.com. I tried. Actually, I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I just should have been tucking my shirt in whenever I had something that could reach that stuff. That's on me. Is that a fake mustache? Is there something on? Where did it come from? What? No, why would someone wear a fake mustache on the internet? That's a dumb thing to ask. Like hardest to make or hardest, like, strength-wise? Because I accidentally made a 9-ply once. Does that count? Oh, is Jason Lee a good skater? Abso-fucking-lutely, dude. The epitome of what a tray flip should look like. His 1-footer no complies. His 1-footers in general. Obviously, shout out, my name is Earl. And also, big strength to the man that was able to walk away from Scientology and still stay in skateboarding. Aaron Cairo should take some notes. Historically, Jason Lee. Currently, Chris Jocelyn. When I was skating normal grip tape, it seemed like Cariumas lasted me a little bit longer than everything else, and I know they're a little more expensive and there's quite a bit of controversy around it, but I was just going for longevity of the shoe. 2 years ago, I switched to DKL non-abrasive grip tape, and since then I've only skated Vans Crockett highs. I like the toe cap on them, and I've got metal in my ankle, so the high top padding really helps a lot for me. I do them. I do tray flip body varial, varial flip body varial, kick flip body varial, grape spins. I do body varial rock as there's like a casual trick, but it's body varial, sex change. It's just I mean, when there's more kids involved in skateboarding now, it's just kind of like there's other words for things, so I just stick with the thing that's family friendly or whatever. But I'm still calling a dog piss grab. I'm still calling a bastard plant a bastard plant. So, have you got a favorite board graphic of all time? Yes, mine. I hope that's not a selfish answer, but I do have a signature graphic here at Life Skateboards. Either that or the graphic that they made for my dog. So either those two, or I don't know. I really liked some of the dead end graphics. Yeah. I'm not sure. That's a good question. Besides my graphic, I don't know. Well then, yeah, the old school panel was rad. Trying to think. I mean, Cab's graphic is iconic and beautiful. What's a good skate wheel? Personally, I only ride Speed Lab wheels, made in North Carolina. Really love those guys. I think it's North Carolina. And if I'm wrong and it's South Carolina, somebody reach through the phone and slap me real quick. Yes, that's a skateboard. Sometimes, Tess. Sometimes. But a good skate wheel, I mean, your hardness is going to depend on you. So I personally like a 99A because I like to be able to slide and it makes a noise. But I want some hardness. So I want, like, I don't want to stick on my front side Smith grinds or things like that. But I still want a little bit of grab because I skate things like the Life Bowl or some slick parks like that. So as far as size, I always go with 58 and 59. I know that's huge. Some people don't like that. It's all personal preference. The majority of like skate wheel brands, as long as it's a skate wheel brand and not like a board brand that's having wheels made, are gonna be pretty good. I personally thought Spitfires flat spotted a lot. They might have changed since I stopped skating them. I know that if you, like, let's say you get, I don't know, like Blind made wheels for a while. Blind isn't a thing anymore, but Blind wheels were not good because it's a board company. So Smoother ride suggestions for bad knees. They do make these things called, there are riser pads that are shock absorbing. They're like a rubberized one. You could try that. It's not really going to do much for you. Honestly, it seems that the rubber grip does kind of take some of the impact out of things. And let's see, are there anything else? I mean, maybe the new Dragons, since they're double duro, they would offer something for you. Oh, slow boy. Well, I can tell you're a little slow, so I'm going to take things with you here. So here at Life Skateboards, and on this live on Days with Casper, we talk about sobriety quite a bit. Am I on opiates? Absolutely not. I am 8 years clean from alcohol, 4 years clean from everything else. Do you just hop on other people's things and accuse them of being, or ask them about being on substances? Is that just fun? Because it seems like a very sad way to go throughout your day. If you want to learn about skateboards, you can stick around here and learn about skateboards, but let's change that behavior a little bit, please. Hey, buddy. If you want to watch a little closer, you can. Check them out. You want to see what happens around here? This is fluorescent light. I'm making skateboards, my friend. I'm at work. Not really sure why you're observing things about me like that, but I'm just going to go ahead and remove you if you continue. Cool? Thank you. I wouldn't go around just asking that question out of curiosity, my friend. It's not just curiosity. I mean, that's just rude, really rude. Like, I mean, I could, never mind. I'm just gonna, we're making skateboards here. If you have any questions about skateboard making, sobriety, things like that, you're more than welcome to ask about it. I'm an open book about these things. However, hopping in with questions like that aren't gonna get you anywhere. Hey, I mean, we can be offended, or we can try to teach you how to handle that in the future. Stephen Norris said that I made a douchebag response to someone asking a very open addict in recovery if he's on opiates because of an observation that they made and made an assumption about. Stephen, that's not being a douchebag. That's called standing up for myself. Thank you. Jeez, dude. Like, you put yourself on camera and you suddenly can't stand up for yourself? That's so strange to me. How dare you stand up for yourself? You douchebag. All right. A little touch up here. And we're going to end the live here shortly. That's all we had to do today. All right. Oh, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, as long as they're not stupid. And I'll go ahead and start sweeping up here. Whoever told you there are no stupid questions, they were just trying to be nice to you, I promise. Gotta go grab the barrel I dump all this in. Where is my dustpan? There we go. All right. Well, before we leave the live today, I'll show you guys that roller derby board I said I'd show you. And then we'll get off of here. Where is it? All right. Yeah, this is my other Goodwill find right here. Look at this thing. It's got weird trucks, weird bearings. That sound is what made me pay attention to it. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you'd like to catch these. Turn on your notifications so you can see when I go live, because I do not have a schedule. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.